Good evening, and welcome to the OARS Monday Night D-star net of the Ozarks Amateur Radio Society. This net meets regularly on Monday night at 8 p.m. on this frequency of 444.150. My call sign is KF0LZX. My name is Greg, out of Monette. Trying to finish, get some last things buttoned up here. Well, this is not an emergency net. If anyone at any time has any emergency traffic, please call break. Does anyone have any emergency traffic? Please call now. Hearing none, I'll move on to announcements. I'll be using NetLogger for check-ins on this net. Anyone who wishes can check in early by monitoring the OARS net there. The OARS net meets the OARS Ozarks Amateur Radio Society meets on the second Saturday of the month at Lily's Restaurant in Monette, Missouri. This meeting is at 7 p.m., but everyone is welcome to come to 6 p.m. to eat and enjoy some good conversation. Individuals pay for their own meal, and Lily's requested that you do eat if you attend the meeting. You do not have to be a ham to attend, and everyone is welcome, including family members and those interested in amateur radio. The next meeting at the Happy House will be Saturday, April 13th. Saturday breakfast for the OARS Club for the month of April will be on the 27th at 7 a.m. at the Castile Family Restaurant, and we'll explain more than that in just a minute. James Roman is hosting the local areas meeting on the third Monday of the month at 7 p.m., and it would be nice to get as much participation as possible from the club members, because there hasn't been very many people showing up, and it'd be really nice to get that up and going. The OARS Club has 3 regular nets on the D-star net on Monday at 8 p.m. on 444.150, the 2-meter net on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. on 146.970, and the Simplex every Thursday at 8 p.m. on 146.460. Saturday, April 27th, we will be having a club photo event at Roaring River. We have the River Shelter Pavilion rented for the day. We'll have several radios and bandpass filters so we can run multiple radios. But if you'd like to bring your own radio, please feel free. We'll kind of plan lunch on the fly. Since we don't know how many are going to be in attendance, we'll make up our mind when it gets closer to lunchtime, and we can order some pizzas and just run into town and get them, or grab some hamburger and grilled burgers, or pick up lunch meat for sandwiches, or anyway, whatever we end up doing, we'll just get it figured out while we're there once we know how many people are going to be around. This net is now being streamed on 59 radio YouTube channels, so if you want to see how you sound on the radio or miss part of the net, you can go to 59radio.com for details and a link to the channel. Are there any other announcements of interest in amateur radio? Please call now.
Kilo Echo 6, Golf Alpha Echo.
Yeah, Dave, go ahead.
Yeah, I'd like to invite everybody up to the Hams Around the Ozarks breakfast. This happens on the first Saturday of the month. It'll be next Saturday at the Southside Golden Corral. We'll be at 8 o'clock and we're in the back room. It's on Glenstone. Over by the windows on the south side on South Glenstone. And hopefully we see some people there. It's not club affiliated, and any ham can attend. Okay.
Hey, thanks for the info, Dave. Yep, I need to add that to my announcement sheet. I've actually been using the same one for several months now and scribbling stuff out right on top of stuff, so it's about time to get a new one so I can read it. But anyway, we'll get that added to the normal announcements every week. It'd be nice to get some of our club members to attend that as well. All right, I guess we don't have anything else, so we will start off with any short time or mobile check-ins. Please call now.
This is K0LZX, Mount Vernon.
It's 4MO.
sorry about that. If we had a second one there, you broke up a little bit. I did not catch that. All right, we'll go to K0LZX. Michael out of Mount Vernon. How you doing this evening?
Well, I've been wrestling with the flu since the Hamfest, and it's supposed to be unsequestered tomorrow or the next day. But I think it's time for me to call the mortuary.
Well, we definitely hope you don't have to do that. I know there's been quite a few people had a pretty rough go of it. Hopefully you'll get on the mend here pretty quick.
I'm hoping. It's been rough, and anybody that's older or got any respiratory issues are going to have a tough time of it. But this is the first time I've checked into this net, and I'm glad to do so. And let's see, we're looking at the Tuesday night net, and I'll try to get checked in on that as well. Used to get in there all the time, and have just been remiss, and I'll try not to do that. But we'll see what we can do about getting around a little better. But I'm sequestered now, not getting out to infect anybody else. I'm real much against that. So anyway, good to hear you, and I'll try my best to be in here. I've had D-star up here for quite a long time, and we'll try to keep it exercised. And again, this is K0LZX, Mike, just outside of Mount Vernon.
Well, Mike, it's great to have you. Hopefully you'll be a regular, start making it back. And yeah, tomorrow night at 7 is the Simplex Net. The second Saturday of the month, our club meetings are now at Lily's restaurant here in Monette instead of the Happy House like it used to be. And hopefully we'll have some beautiful weather on the fourth Saturday, which will be the 27th. We'll have a club outing that anyone's welcome to, and play with some radios and maybe do a little POTA. So hopefully you can make some of those as well. Hopefully you get to feeling better pretty soon. And thanks again for checking in with us. We greatly appreciate it. Anyway, this is KF0LZX, and we'll go ahead and call out again for any short time or mobile check-ins. Please call now.
Correction, K0SQS.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, Greg, I believe you misspoke when you said the net tomorrow night was the Simplex net. Tomorrow night's the regular 2-meter net on 146.97.
Well, that 100% sounds like something I would do, and I appreciate you making the correction and letting me know and let everybody else know, because absolutely our 2-meter repeater net tomorrow night, and the Simplex net is on Thursdays. So anyway, thank you very much, Harold. I appreciate it. We'll call out again for any short time or mobile check-ins. Please call now.
I was trying to check in when Mike was checking in was KV4MO.
Roger that. I thought I seen it flash across the screen, but I just caught the tail end of a little something. We'll call out to Patrick, KV4MO. Are you with us this evening, Patrick?
I am. I think I've doubled with a couple of people. What was it, SQS, and you are the only two out of this that I've heard tonight. I think a bunch or several don't have their radio set up to go out the gateway.
That's possible. We had one short-time check-in, K0AZ, just a couple of minutes ago. But so far, yes, just been me, K0AC, and K0SQS Harold making the correction on the net tomorrow night. So, Patrick, how are you and Tara doing this evening?
Oh, Tara's a little tired. This was her first day of 10 hours. They switched to from 5/8s to 4/10s today where she works, and they sent them home and said, hey, get some rest real quick. We might have to come in and drag trees out of the road tonight. There's some heavy weather up to the north of us a little bit. We're just on the south edge of that tornado watch.
Roger that. Yep, I think we've got one going on too. Hopefully we miss all of it, and hopefully Tara doesn't get called out in the midst of it and have to get out sooner than anticipated. How's the weather up there so far for you guys?
So far, it hasn't even really rained. It's sprinkled a little bit once or twice. That's been about all we've seen so far today.
Yeah, good deal. We got a couple sprinkles here in Monette right about 4 o'clock when I was feeding the dogs, and we grilled some steaks and sweet potatoes for dinner. And I thought I was going to have to try to beat the rain to do that, but apparently it was just threatening. We didn't get anything yet. I haven't stuck my head out in a few minutes, but anyway, we beat the rain with our grilling. So anyway, do you have anything else for us this evening, Patrick?
Oh, I think that's about it. Not just a whole lot going on.
All right. Well, I appreciate you checking in, and there's not really a whole lot wrong with, but a whole lot going on a lot of times. And Tara's beat this evening. I'm going to go ahead and just proxy her in if that's okay. And thanks again for checking in. We appreciate you having you guys here.
Sure thing. Have a good evening. Have a good rest of the net there. Thanks for calling the net tonight. 73 KV4MO.
73s. All right, this is KF0LZX. Call out again for any mobile or short-time check-ins. Please call now. All right, we'll go ahead and start at the top of the net logger list. And first one looks like Wes, AE0OC. Wes, hopefully you're feeling better. How are you doing this evening?
Well, hello, Greg, and everybody on the net. Well, this is the first day I've felt like even dragging myself out of the bedroom, hardly, so. But I'm certainly not 100%, but I do feel better than I did. The flu is no fun, that's for sure. But anyway, I won't bore you guys with that. One thing I did see after I managed to become conscious for a while was looking on my YouTube channels, and anybody that's familiar with the old rock band Skid Row, they are going to team up with a new lead singer. Lizzie Hale from Hailstorm is going to be filling in as their lead for a while. I think that's going to be pretty interesting. I'm kind of a Lizzie Hale fan myself, so that's going to be pretty neat. But other than that, I'm going to let it go back to you, and I'll probably go back to bed shortly after this net's over. AE0OC, back to net control.
Well, appreciate you checking in, Wes. Yeah, it sounds like you've had a pretty rough time of it since the Hamfest. You and Mike both have it pretty bad, it sounds like. Well, hopefully you continue to get better, and we will go ahead and move on down to Rich, KD0RHA. Rich, how you doing this evening?
Oh, doing pretty good, Greg. 7-3, everybody, on the net. I hope Wes and Mike gets to feeling better. I've known Mike for quite a while. Anywho, we're pretty healthy here. Getting ready to put a light kit in my rotor controller. So that's about all we've got going on here. Looking forward to some warmer weather, getting some towers put up. But other than that, nothing much else going on here, so we'll pass it back to net control. 7-3, everybody. KB0RHA, back to net.
All right, Rich, as always, thank you very much for checking in with us again. We do appreciate it. And we'll move on down to Harold, K0LZX. Harold, how you doing this evening?
Hi, good evening, Greg. KF0LZX and the rest of the net. K0SQS. Not much going on here, just watching the weather. There was a pretty good-sized hailstorm up around Bolivar earlier, 2-inch diameter hail, and we're still under a tornado watch here. I wondered about the storm spotters. This is, of course, the first chance we've had to activate a group, but I wonder if anybody is even doing storm spotting anymore. Seems like with all the communications we have, the computers, etc., that we're all pretty much able to see what's going on and not have to leave the comfort of our home. Anyway, back to you, Greg. Thanks again for running the net. K0SQS.
Hey, thank you, Harold. Yeah, it's we got all kinds of sorts of communication till we don't have it anyway. So ham radio's still a pretty nice option. I happened to be, was that last week or the week before last, talking with our Perry County Sheriff, and the dispatch center apparently doesn't maintain their generators very well. They're a separate entity from the regular sheriff's department. Of course, they dispatch for Berry County, City of Monette, maybe City of Aurora, and I think Cassville and Purdy and several others. But yeah, they had a little power outage a couple of weeks ago, and generators wouldn't fire up and switch over. So except for radio-to-radio frequencies on all the PDs, there was no dispatch for several hours. So I guess that was pretty interesting. So yeah, it all works great till it doesn't work. But anyway, thanks, Harold. We appreciate it as always. And we'll move on down to N0QL. Alan Adderall, how you doing this evening?
Thank you, group. Looks like we're having a pretty good one tonight. Not a whole lot going on up here. The weather radio has been screaming bloody murder, all kind of warnings and stuff, but all seem like they're down to the kind of off down your way and a little bit to the north or something. So all we have is just a few dribbles of rain. I was in the fine city of Monette again Friday. Had to deliver a brand new Dodge Ram to a guy down there, and I finally found where it lived. Got it delivered and headed back, but not a whole lot of anything else to report up here. Still fighting this darn low whatever I got here. Ain't got no voice anymore. It's kind of disgusting. That's something, Greg. We'll turn it back to you. And, hopefully we'll get on it next time. And 0QL up there and all.
All right, Alan. Appreciate you checking in with us again. Yeah, I generally work from home on Fridays. Well, of course, it's pretty random when I work from home. But, yeah, anytime you get down this neck of the woods, just hop on our club repeater and give me a shout or give somebody else a shout. They're more than pretty good chance you might find somebody to go to lunch with you or something. So, great having you again. We appreciate it. We'll move on down to Dave, KE6GAE. Dave, how you doing?
KF0LZX and this and that. This is KE6GAE. Key to the switchback over my near 700. I forgot about Nix's D-star repeaters always connected to 59 Alpha. So I have to let people know around here that we've got HTs that can get in there, get them to start joining the net. And yeah, we are on tornado warning until 11 o'clock. The tornado watch till 11 o'clock tonight. And Harold, you were asking if anybody still spots. I do. I'm actually, tonight, just spotting from home, watching the radar and stuff. And the other thing is, Wes, if you're still listening, I can't wait to hear that with it. Literally with them. It's only going to be for 4 shows, but I can't wait to hear the music. Other than that, that's all I got, Greg. So we'll pass it back to Net Control. KE6GAE, back to Net Control.
All right, Dave. Appreciate you hopping in, as always, and linking us to 059 Alpha. And that's the end of the NetLogger list. So we will take on-air check-ins. Please call now.
KE0LZX, Aurora.
All right, KE0LZX. We got Lawrence out of Aurora. Lawrence, how you doing this evening?
Well, doing well. I'm glad Harold mentioned we sound like we're going to be hearing a pretty good report on our ham event for us here a little later. But yeah, I've ordered a few things to play with over the Amazon. I'm going to try to get a Bluetooth that works off the 3.5 millimeter output of an old computer, see if I can get that to work where I can use a headset. And then I've been experimenting with these old TVs, trying to see what you can hook up to them and whatnot. And it's one of those things you can't assume too much, because what works with one will not work with another. And then who knows if they change some programming somewhere, what used to work may not work so much at all. So I'm sort of finding out, don't assume too much too long when you start hooking different components together that can be programmed.
Yeah, absolutely. You get to playing with that stuff. There's no telling what you're going to end up finding, what works and what doesn't work.
Yeah, there's some ins and outs, and even if it works one day and the next TV set you hook up to, why the former connection menus don't show up, and you wonder what's going on and why. But anyway, I guess that's how the world turns. If it works one work another day, and it may not. So I've sort of been experimenting. I experimented a little bit tonight. I thought I had a 3.5 millimeter connection to hook up to a composite video to try to play my cell phone over an older TV, and that didn't work. So I may do a little bit more experimenting later on. My connector may not be exactly what I thought it was, so I'll have to see. So yeah, it's been some of my entertainment lately, connect stuff together and see what works.
Well, yeah, that's pretty interesting. These give you something to do, kill a little time. And I will tell everybody that something works surprisingly well. Sean did it when we did a little boat outing a while back. He had a really nice Bluetooth rechargeable speaker, and it just got a little Bluetooth dongle that just plugs into the headphone jack to connect to the speaker on the radio. The Bluetooth dongle plugs into the headphone jack on the radio, and for the Bluetooth speaker, and it works amazingly well. I think I'm going to get something like that similar here for doing POTA. Right now I've got a little deflector I set on top of the radio, kind of redirect the sound a little bit. But I tell you what, those little Bluetooth dongles and a Bluetooth speaker sound pretty amazing.
Yeah, it sort of seems to be. I've tried the USB port plug-ins, and that can really get iffy on what the computer will still hook up to, especially the older ones. And so I found that that wasn't working out. Then I got the idea, well, why not just take the audio off of the 3.5 millimeter jack and use that. So that's what's supposed to come to me in the mail. And so I'm going to try a different approach, but the Bluetooth at times can be handy and get things working together too. So anyway, I'll hop off here, let some of the others see if they can get in and visit for a few minutes. Maybe they've had some experimenting they got going on their updating connections. This is KE0LZX saying 73 to the group.
OARS. Well, appreciate you checking in as always, and 73's to you. And this is KF0LZX, Greg out on that. We're going to take call out again for any on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday night D-star net. Please call now.
KF0LZX, Mike, here, Roy.
Whiskey Zero Hotel in the Dennis, Nevada. KF0XQ.
All right, we'll hold it right there for a minute. Broke up a little bit, but I think there was a KA0RM. Bob out of Aurora, I'm thinking.
Roger. That's me there, Greg. You're Alpha Zero, Romeo Mike, here in Aurora. Jump in here right quick. Been a little more daylight. I've been out storm spotting, but I haven't had any severe yet, so, and sure can't storm spot at night, that's for sure, so that makes it a little bit rough. So I guess we'll just have to play with it at home here. Of course, you can't storm spot sitting in the house either, but anyway, hopefully nothing happens. I think it's all going to go north and west of Aurora up there around Stockton. Jimmy might get hit pretty hard there, but hopefully not anyway. That's about it. I got to get up, be up on the duty down there at the fire department at 5 o'clock in the morning, so I think I'll be going to bed here in about 30 minutes, as usual. KA0RM, 73.
Yep, I appreciate it, Bob, and thanks for working the voting location tomorrow. And yep, that is a good thing to note. Especially we've got a lot, at least around here, we've got a lot of local elections going around in the surrounding towns, so everybody be sure to get out and vote tomorrow. Whatever your opinions or beliefs or however you feel things are going or not going so well, it's our only chance to do anything about it, so please try to make it out and vote tomorrow. That being said, we will move on down to Dennis from Nevada, W0HL. Dennis, how you doing?
Good evening, Craig, and everyone else from W0HL. Well, I went in, sat down in the recliner, flipped on YouTube, and seen the notice on there, and I thought, oh man, I knew I forgot something tonight. Well, we got lucky on the first storm. Heavy rain, a little bit of wind. Looks like they had a huge hail core go across the lake, across Fairplay, northern Bolivar into Buffalo and stuff a while ago, and a tornado warning, but I see that's been downgraded. But we've got more stuff coming in now from southeast Kansas coming our way, so I think we're going to get some more rain after a while. But that's about it. Everything in the garage and protected and doing pretty good. We haven't done too much today, just played around with little radios and done a little programming. W0HL.
Well, Dennis, thanks for joining us. Yeah, thanks for the weather update. I've had so much stuff going on with work and multitasking, trying to do 4 or 5 things before the net started. I hadn't even paid attention to the weather, but I do have quite a few coworkers and stuff that live up in the Buffalo area, so I'll have to reach out and see how they're doing. And hopefully we'll see you here on the 27th, our little outing down at Roaring River. Hopefully God will bless us with some beautiful weather. So anyway, that being said, we'll move on down to David, KF0XQ out of Rolla. David, how you doing? All right, we'll call out again. I think I have a KF0XQ check-in. David from Rolla. David, are you there?
Oh, yeah. As soon as I learn to pick up the right mic, I'll be in better shape. Good evening, Greg. Good evening to everyone. KF0XQ. I looked over and I had the HF rig keyed up. I don't know what they got to hear over on 75. But anyway, not much to report. Busy day online, working from home, and spent a little time getting my lawn fertilizer rolled out today. I did that all in one shot, trying to get it down ahead of the rain. So that's pretty much my day, which was not very lively. Thanks for running the net. KF0LZX.
Thank you, David. Yeah, that is a good reminder. I've got to get flea and tick stuff down in our yard. I've been waiting for a decent little rain to do it, and that's got to be done here pretty quick. But I am absolutely not putting fertilizer down this year like I did last year. I about wore myself and the lawnmower out mowing the backyard about 2 or 3 times a week there the first part of the year. So anyway, thanks for checking in with us again. We appreciate it. Sound good this evening. And this is KF0LZX, Greg Adam on that. And we will call out for any more on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday night D-star net. Please call now.
AD0NUI.
All right, we'll take William, KD0NUI. William, how you doing?
Well, trying to get my head, I think, screwed on and tightened up and everything. Everything's all mixed up between the weather and not having a club meeting, and things are a little off here, I guess, tonight. And I was reading something else on the Lotto webpage about somebody who gets drove all the way down there. But anyways, it's been a pretty busy day with work and stuff, and been a nice day otherwise. It was almost, I think it was driving around the car. I haven't been home much, so most of the day, and I think at one time I was in the car, it said 78 degrees, so nice day. We'll just have to see how the weather pans out. And yeah, I don't know about that fertilizer stuff. Boy, that stuff will make your grass grow like it's a giant peach. Their head just glows. I've heard people have the lawnmowers running around like a NASCAR racetrack. I tell you, we never fertilized our yard, and it's probably too big to fertilize. It grows enough as it is. Let alone adding fertilizer, boy. It just be like it'd be like the jungle in Africa over here. Anyways, you never know with that stuff. But anyways, our grass is starting to grow a little bit here around here and there, but it's not really thick or anything. We haven't had to cut yet. But so other than that, it's 69 degrees here currently, and 0 winds, and the 80% moisture, whatever you call it there, and so that's about it. Nothing here. We're going to sit by and watch the weather here. This is KD0NUI.
William, appreciate you making it in with us again. You've made it about every week here lately, ever since you started, and we definitely appreciate it. And yeah, I definitely know. I've got 5 dogs to fertilize the backyard. I don't need to add any more fertilizer like I did last year. And I've already mowed my backyard 3 times and the whole yard once and weed eated already. So I'm already off to the mowing season. So anyway, William, thanks again for checking in with us. We definitely appreciate it. And we'll call out again for any more on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday night D-star net. Please call now.
K0M80.
All right, we'll go with Sean, KE0MAD. Sean, how you doing this evening?
Oh, doing pretty good. Trying to teach this young German Shepherd of ours to calm down. So we've been doing a lot of training tonight, but doing pretty good. Had a good eat lunch with you and Bob and Harriet there today over at the High Five restaurant there. And other than that, not a whole lot going on. Let's hope, hopefully we don't get our world rocked too much down here in southwest Missouri or anywhere along the storm's path, for that matter. So I'll let it go back to net control, K0MAD.
Yep, Sean. Great having lunch with you guys today. And yes, our little German Shepherd, here about 5 minutes into the net, she was front paws up on my leg, stomping with them and staring at me, getting ready to throw a fit. I guess she finally gave up, just laid down here on the floor next to me and went to sleep. But she was starting to get pretty rowdy. I thought I was going to have to kick her out for the rest of the net. But anyway, she's been a good girl for once. The only times when she's sleeping. But anyway, appreciate you checking in. Great seeing you today. And we'll call out again for any more on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday Night D-star net. Please call in. This is KF0LZX. Greg out on that. We'll call out again for any on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday Night D-star net. Please call now. All right, folks, call out one more time. Calling out for on-air check-ins for the OARS Monday Night D-star net. Please call now. All right, folks, I guess we'll wrap this one up for the night. Had 15 total tonight, counting myself, and a great net. A lot of the guys from Rolla and Dennis up from Nevada and stuff making it in. Patrick and Tara, again, as usual. I mean, that's almost half our net every week there. People coming in through the gateway and stuff on the D-star, so that's fantastic. We appreciate everybody that makes it. Anyway, we're going to wrap things up tonight, and this is KF0LZX. We will be returning this frequency back over to amateur radio use.